Today, my friends, we open the doors to a world where tiny pieces of metal carry giant stories, a world filled with forgotten treasures, hidden errors, and coins worth far more than anyone ever imagined. Here on HD Rare Coins 111, we don't just show coins, we reveal the mysteries they've kept buried for decades. So get ready, because the coin you're about to discover might be sitting in someone's pocket right now, waiting for the right eyes to notice its true value. Stay with me, stay focused, and let's begin this incredible journey into the heart of American coin history, where every shine, every scratch, and every small detail has a story to tell and a treasure to reveal. Top 1. In the vast universe of American coinage, there are some coins that don't just sit quietly in a collection tray, they whisper stories, they carry history, and they command attention the moment you hold them in your hand. And today, we are opening the door to one of those giants, both in size and in legacy. The United States Eisenhower $1 from the year 1971. A coin born in an era of change, a coin that marked the return of the large, full-size dollar after decades, and a coin that surprisingly hides rare treasures within it, treasures that most people don't even know exist. Imagine this, the year is 1971. America has just stepped into a new decade, Apollo astronauts have already walked the surface of the moon, and the nation is shifting gears both politically and culturally. The Mint, after many years, decides to revive the iconic large dollar coin, this time honoring General Dwight D. Eisenhower, a man whose legacy stretches far beyond just the battlefield, reaching to the presidency and the heart of American leadership. And as collectors rushed to see this new dollar, nobody knew that the very first year's coins, the 1971 Ikes, would become some of the most intriguing pieces in the entire series. The Eisenhower dollar is massive, bold, and instantly recognizable. On the obverse, Eisenhower's strong profile faces left, capturing the calm determination of a man who carried the weight of global responsibility. On the reverse, a breathtaking image inspired by the Apollo 11 mission patch, the American eagle descending on the moon, its wings spread proudly across the darkness. But behind the beauty lies a secret. The 1971 Ike dollar is filled with minting challenges, design adjustments, unexpected mistakes, and accidental varieties that make some coins extremely desirable today. Let's start with one of the biggest surprises of this coin, the difference between copper-nickel-clad strikes and the limited silver-clad business and proof strikes. Most people don't realize that the 1971 Ike dollar exists in a silver composition, but only from the San Francisco Mint, and only in special sets. These silver-clad examples have a very different look and feel. Their rims shine differently, their fields reflect differently, and their sound when tapped against another metal object is unmistakably sharp. Collectors who know the difference often treasure these silver Ikes like hidden jewels from a time when silver was almost forgotten in circulating coinage, but the real story, the real excitement, lies in the errors and rare varieties that came out of this year. The Mint struggled to perfect the dies for the Ike dollar because of the coin's huge size and deep design. And when the Mint struggles, collectors benefit. For the 1971 Eisenhower dollar, we see the famous friendly eagle variety, believed to be one of the earliest reverse designs used before modifications. This version shows the eagle with a noticeably softer feather pattern, a more peaceful posture, and subtle details that distinguish it from the later reverse used during the year. Many people spend their entire lives collecting coins without ever encountering a friendly eagle Ike in the wild, yet it remains one of the most sought-after varieties for the 1971 series. And then there are the striking errors, the kind of accidents that make collectors' hearts stop for a moment. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double die obverse, and misaligned dies, the 1971 Ike has them all. Some coins appear with ghost-like doubling on Eisenhower's chin, cheek, or lettering. Some show dramatic broad strikes where the rim disappears entirely, giving the coin a stretched, surreal appearance. Others have clipped planchets, creating a bite mark on the edge of the coin. For collectors, each of these errors is not just a mistake, it's a fingerprint of the Mint's machinery, a moment frozen in time, and an opportunity to own something truly uncommon. But even without errors, the 1971 Ike is more special than many realize. Why? Because despite its size and short run, the Eisenhower dollar represents the final era of large circulating US dollars. After this period, America moved permanently to smaller dollar coins like the Susan B. Anthony and the later golden dollars. This makes the Ike the last giant of American pocket change, the final heavyweight champion of currency. And that alone gives it a timeless charm. Collectors today seek the Eisenhower dollar for many reasons: the history, the design, the nostalgia of the Apollo era, the size, and of course the rarity of certain varieties. But what truly makes a 1971 Ike valuable is condition. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS66 or higher, are incredibly difficult to find because the large clad surface scratches easily. If you ever come across a beautifully preserved 1971 Ike, untouched, glossy, and shining under light, you may be looking at something far more valuable than you expect. So as we explore this coin, allow yourself to travel through the timeline of its creation. Imagine it being struck under massive pressure at the mint, imagine the warmth of the metal as it takes shape, imagine the first collectors opening their sets with excitement, and imagine the thousands of unnoticed errors slipping quietly into circulation, waiting to be discovered decades later by someone like you. That's the magic of numismatics. It's not just about the metal, it's about the hidden stories waiting inside every coin. And now, after uncovering the history, the beauty, the rare varieties, and the errors that make this coin extraordinary, we reach an important part of our video. If you have any coin, any year, any denomination, tell us in the comments and our channel will give you the information you need about your coin. We love hearing from collectors, from beginners, from curious families who find coins in old drawers, and from passionate fans who want to learn more. Your comments help us bring more amazing videos your way. And finally, the real market price and auction value of the Eisenhower $1 1971 can range from as little as a few dollars for worn circulation pieces, to many hundreds of dollars for rare high-grade certified examples, and even higher amounts in special error coins that have reached thousands of dollars in major auctions. Comment your coins below for information about them, subscribe to HD Rare Coins 111, and like this video to support the channel and help us grow. Top 2. There are coins, and then there are legends. And in the world of United States coin collecting, few modern coins carry the mystery, excitement, and hidden treasure potential quite like the Eisenhower $1 from the year 1972. The moment you hear its name, seasoned collectors raise their eyebrows, beginners perk up with curiosity, and serious numismatists instantly know, this is the Ike dollar with secrets. This is the Ike dollar with layers of rarity. This is the Ike dollar that transformed from an ordinary large coin into one of the most studied, hunted, and desired pieces of modern American coinage. Picture the early 1970s in America. The Apollo program had captured the world's imagination, astronauts had walked on the moon, technology was advancing rapidly, and the nation was stepping into a new era of confidence and ambition. During this time, the United States Mint decided to honor General and President Dwight D. Eisenhower with a monumental coin, quite literally. After decades without a circulating large dollar coin, the Mint brought back a full-size dollar, bold and powerful in appearance, just like the man it commemorated. And so, the Eisenhower dollar was born, but among all its years, the 1972 issue became something special, something unexpected. Why? Because the Mint wasn't just creating a coin, it was creating a piece of history, and history rarely comes without complications. That year, the Mint unknowingly produced 3 completely different reverse designs. That's right, 3 separate versions of the Earth, each with subtle distinctions so important that they define the entire identity of this coin. Collectors today instantly think of the words Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. But behind these names is a story that feels almost magical. The first type, a rough, less detailed globe, was struck early in the year. You can see the Caribbean region looking flat and incomplete, almost like the Mint rushed to get the coins out. Then came one of the most iconic varieties in modern numismatics, the Type 2. Only a small number were struck, only from Philadelphia, and only on certain proof-like dies before the Mint switched designs again. This Type 2 reverse shows a smooth, perfectly rounded Earth with a clean, almost gentle outline, the islands shaped differently, almost floating. It's often called the soft Earth variety, but collectors simply call it rare. Very rare. You can search thousands of Eisenhower dollars and never find even one Type 2. Then came the Type 3 reverse, the corrected and much sharper design used for the rest of the year. This version has detailed land masses, crisp lines, and a cleaner overall appearance. And even though it was printed in huge numbers, high-quality examples are still challenging to locate because of how easily the copper-nickel surfaces scratch, discolor, or dull over time, but the 1972 Ike dollar doesn't stop there. The more you study it, the deeper the rabbit hole goes. Some coins show doubled lettering around Liberty and In God We Trust. Other coins show doubling around the eagle's feathers on the reverse. Some examples have misaligned dies, causing the rim to appear thick on one side and thin on the other. Others come with dramatic off-center strikes, the kind collectors pay huge premiums for. A handful even show clipped planchets, where a section of the coin's edge is missing like a clean bite mark, a minting accident frozen in time. What makes this coin truly fascinating is how easily an average person could overlook these rare varieties. The Type 2, for example, looks like a regular Eisenhower dollar at first glance. But when a trained eye studies the globe, the continents, the islands, everything changes. Suddenly you realize you're holding a variety worth significantly more than the coin's face value. For some collectors, discovering a Type 2 among old change is one of the most exciting moments in their collecting journey. It's like finding a key to a treasure chest hidden for 50 years, even the silver-clad version struck in San Francisco add a layer of mystery. These were not meant for circulation but for collectors. Their mirror-like proof surfaces, sharp details, and rich sound make them feel luxurious in your hand. But even these silver Ikes have rarities and minor die differences that advanced collectors spend years studying. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine you're standing in the mint in 1972. You can almost feel the heat of the metal, hear the booming strike of the dies hitting blank planchets, smell the metallic scent of freshly produced dollars. Thousands of coins are struck per hour. Pressure builds. Dies crack. Edges misalign. Some coins come out perfect. Others come out with small mistakes destined to become future treasures. And scattered among all those coins are a few precious Type 2 Ikes, unknowingly created by mint workers who were just trying to keep up with production demands. This is what makes the 1972 Ike dollar so thrilling. Every single one you pick up has a story to tell. Every single one has the potential to be something more. And every collector, from beginner to expert, feels a spark of excitement when they flip the coin over and look at the earth, wondering if they're holding a rare type that collectors around the world search for. And for those who love large, bold American coins, the Eisenhower dollar represents the end of an era. After the Ike series ended in 1978, the United States never again produced a circulating dollar coin of this massive size. The Ike dollar stands proudly as the final heavyweight champion of American pocket change, and the 1972 version stands as one of the most unforgettable chapters of that legacy. Now as we reach the final moment of our story, remember, if you have any coin at home, any coin from any year, share it with us in the comments. Our channel will give you the information you need about your coin. We love hearing from collectors, from families who find old coins in drawers, from kids discovering their first rare coin, and from passionate viewers who follow our series. Comment your coins below, subscribe to HD Rare Coins 111, and like this video to support our work. And the real market price and auction value of the Eisenhower $1 1972 can range from a few dollars in worn condition, to many hundreds of dollars for high-grade certified pieces, and the rare Type 2 variety has sold for thousands of dollars in major auctions. Top 3. There is something magical about the feeling of holding a massive, heavy Eisenhower dollar in your hand. It doesn't feel like an ordinary coin, it feels like a moment from American history, a piece of metal that carries a story of power, leadership, and the final era of large circulating dollars. And when we talk about the Eisenhower dollars, the year 1974 stands out as one of the most captivating stories in the entire series. This year's Ike dollar is a mix of history, mystery, surprise variations, unexpected errors, and collector fascination that refuses to fade away even after 50 years. Picture the United States in 1974. The nation was standing between changes, economic shifts, political tensions, and cultural transformations. And inside the US Mint, something else was changing, the continuing challenge of striking the giant Eisenhower dollar. Its size, weight, and complex design made it one of the most demanding coins of its time. Every strike had to capture Eisenhower's strong profile and the detailed Apollo 11 reverse design. But whenever the mint pushed its equipment to the limit, surprises happened. Mistakes happened. Rare varieties were born. And the 1974 Ike dollar became one of the most fascinating coins because of these unexpected twists. Collectors love the 1974 Ike for many reasons, but one of the most important is the fact that it marks the end of an era before the bicentennial redesign. The next year, the Eisenhower dollar would undergo a major transformation with the special 2-year bicentennial reverse. That makes the 1974 edition the last of the original Apollo-inspired Earth and Eagle reverse. When collectors hold a 1974 Ike, they're holding the final chapter of the iconic original design. That alone gives the coin an emotional and historical impact that draws collectors deeper into the series, but the true beauty of the 1974 Ike lies in its hidden discoveries. This is a year packed with errors and minor variations that collectors study intensely. One of the most famous issues involves the lettering and details around the bust. Some examples show doubling on the date, on the word Liberty, or on Eisenhower's profile, especially around the chin and the nose. When a collector tilts such a coin under light and sees that shadowy doubling, it feels like striking gold. Minting errors like these bring extraordinary premiums, especially in high grades. Another fascinating detail lies in the coins struck at the different mints. Philadelphia coins typically show heavier wear and weaker strikes because they were produced in huge numbers for circulation. Denver coins, marked with the D mint mark, often show sharper detail, but even they have their share of planchet errors and die cracks. But the stars of the 1974 series are the San Francisco coins, the beautiful silver-clad pieces made especially for collectors. These coins shimmer differently from the regular clad versions. They feel heavier, richer, and more alive. Their surfaces can appear cameo, deep cameo, frosted, or mirror-like depending on how the die is aged. And even among these silver Ikes, small die polishing lines, faint doubling, or tiny imperfections can create one-of-a-kind varieties sought intensely by advanced collectors. The 1974 Ike also has dramatic minting errors, some of the most eye-catching in the entire dollar series. Imagine discovering an off-center strike where Eisenhower's portrait seems to be sliding off the coin. Or holding a broad strike where the rim vanishes entirely, giving the coin a stretched, almost melted look. Then there are clipped planchets, where a piece of the metal blank was missing before the strike. And of course, the always thrilling misaligned die strikes, where the obverse and reverse don't line up perfectly. Every one of these errors transforms a normal Ike into a prize, but perhaps the most thrilling part of the 1974 Ike dollar is its scarcity in high grades. For a coin minted in the millions, it's surprisingly difficult to find flawless examples. That's because the huge surface area of the coin makes it incredibly easy to pick up scratches, dings, dents, and marks. These coins circulated in casinos, banks, and everyday transactions, and the constant motion caused extensive wear. Even freshly minted rolls often show contact marks from clashing against each other. For collectors, finding a 1974 Ike that looks untouched, clean fields, glossy shine, sharp details, is like discovering buried treasure. Now imagine being in the mint the year these coins were produced. Huge industrial presses thundered day and night, striking thousands of massive dollar coins per hour. The dies heated, cooled, cracked, and were replaced again and again. Mint workers rushed between stations, inspecting coins but unable to catch every mistake. Some errors slipped through. Some rare dies were used only for a short time. Some coins struck during these moments ended up in pockets, drawers, casino buckets, and boxes across the country. And decades later, collectors still search for these tiny minting miracles. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar also carries an emotional weight. It honors a man who led America through war, through leadership, through strength, and through change. Every time collectors look at the strong profile of Eisenhower on the obverse, they feel the presence of a leader who shaped American history. And the reverse, featuring the Apollo 11 mission's legendary Eagle landing on the moon, reminds collectors of the courage and ambition of an entire generation. Together, the obverse and reverse create a coin that isn't just currency, it's a story. Collectors today absolutely love the 1974 Ike. It's a must-have piece for any Eisenhower Dollar set. It's a treasure for era collectors, a challenge for high-grade collectors, a beauty for lovers of silver proofs, and a mystery for everyone who enjoys searching through old rolls, boxes, or inherited collections. This is a coin that rewards patience, knowledge, and passion. And it always has a surprise ready for those who study it closely. And as we close this journey through history, rarity, errors, and hidden treasures, remember this: if you own any coin, no matter how old, no matter the condition, comment below and our channel will help you identify it. We love hearing from collectors, we love talking about coins, and we love seeing the discoveries our viewers make. Comment your coins below, subscribe to HD Rare Coins 111, and like this video to support the work we do for the coin community. And the real market price and auction value of the Eisenhower $1 1974 can range from a few dollars in circulated condition, to many hundreds of dollars for high-grade certified examples, and rare minting errors have reached thousands of dollars in major auctions.